Hello everyone and welcome to a new video for Infinity Kingdom. This is Pyakia, an official British officer. And I'm going to talk about an important thing, and this is especially requested from one person that announced that he wanted to know how can he read the battle reports. As you know, when you fight gnomes, gnome bosses, even attacking other lords, there will be a report and a detailed report using or facing the garrisons or attacking the wall directly if he doesn't have a garrison. So I will teach you from my bookmark. I will just open a random report that has a rally because I want to see tons of things in that rally. I will choose my report, Pyakia here versus Roy, and this was the last kill event in 49, and I will show you when clicking on stats how can we read the report. I talked about the lineups in a previous old video, how the lineups work. So Hannibal Barca here is facing Trajan, even if you clicked on the replay, and Alex in front of Hippolyta. We don't care now about this. We are not going to talk about it right now, the lineups and right lineups, but we are going to talk about the detailed stats. And what are the detailed stats? First of all, let me choose here Embrace and choose the normal attack. So as you see, you can choose several things. I'm going to talk about it right now, but we first want to talk about normal attacks. Every immortal, starting from the defense, attack, front line, and attack range, and the mage, like magical damage, like Embrace, and even the supports have normal attacks. So all the 5 classes have normal attacks. When they attack with their normal attacks, not their abilities, not their ultimate skills, this normal attack will be counted as physical damage. We have to know this. It will work as physical damage. It is so important to put this in mind. And physical damage will be having 2 chances, whether it will hit or it will not hit. What it depends on, let me talk about accuracy and dodge. Here, every immortal stats have some stats like accuracy. Here, this is the accuracy, and a dodge. When the dodge is more than or equal to the accuracy that the immortal you are hitting, for example, Embrace accuracy here is 3200 accuracy. And for example, the immortal in front of Embrace in the same line will be Hannibal. So my Embrace is going to have normal attacks on Hannibal. His dodge is 3300. So there will be a chance for Hannibal to dodge Embrace's normal attack because his accuracy, his dodge is kinda equal to Embrace's accuracy. It has some potential like accuracy rate and dodge rate coming from other skills, like skills as misleading. Do we have to see any misleading here? I believe there will be someone using at least misleading. Yes, misleading here is a skill reducing the enemy accuracy, and there are several like auras or skills that reduces the attributes or the immortal attributes for the enemy. But we're going to just talk about accuracy now to teach what is the dodge is. So Embrace is going to hit Hannibal Barca, but it has some potential to miss the normal attacks. And as you can see here, we can choose Embrace and we can click on normal attacks. It landed, or she landed, 13 normal attack. 3 of them were dodged. Why? Because her accuracy is not that high on the other immortal. If she was hitting another immortal that has a low dodge rate or dodge value on his attribute, she will be 100% hitting all her normal attacks. And we can see that like we can see the opposite, like Alexander here have almost 5000 accuracy, and my Hippolyta, she has like here her dodge is 3000. Let's click on stats and check Alexander's normal attack, and as you see, Alexander normal attack, it has 0 dodge, so it doesn't have in the accuracy information 0 red color. But for my Embrace, if we clicked on normal attack, you can see three colors. We describe the red color here, which conflict on 3 dodge attempts from 13 normal attacks. This is going to be the 13 normal attacks in color, and this is by numbers, and this is by total numbers. We don't need total numbers and total damage. We have here separated damage, like 0 dodge, because dodge normal attacks will count as 0 damage. Here we have the normal attack. We're going to talk about the green color before we go to the blue color. The green color is just for normal attack. She pressed or she countered the normal attack, and the normal attack just landed and it dealt some damage. Just it. She dealt a normal attack and the normal attack hit with just some damage. What is the critical hit? Critical hit is when you do a normal attack or a skill. So the critical hit can be physical damage as normal attack, and can be a skill like spell disintegrator here. This is a magical damage. So as you see, it has a blue color as well. So blue color can be physical damage or magical damage. That's why you can see a blue color here with this is a physical damage and this is with a magical damage. Also, Empress Wu ultimate skill is counted as magical damage. So magical damage can be also critical hit. What is a critical hit? It is when you have more crit value and crit rate, and the other opponent doesn't have resilience or has lower resilience. Let's check all the immortals resilience and see. The resilience value for Hannibal is 4,400. This is the resilience value. And does he have resilience from his artifact? No, he doesn't has resilience from his artifact. His artifact also can work having resilience or dodge. So these attributes will be counted as real attributes for the immortals. You have to put this in mind when reading rewards. Also here you can see Alexander's attributes. He has accuracy, he has physical damage, he has magical defense, and that's why my Empress Wu has, or she has, some critical. Where is the critical here? The critical hit. This is the critical hit. She has 4,000 point in the critical hit, but you have to put in mind also that it might has some crit rate and crit value in her artifact. And I'm going to talk about an important thing also, that the aura. Here she has 25% crit hit, crit rate, and we have an aura here on Hippolyta that decreases 20% of the resilience rate of the enemy troops. So if the enemy troops has resilience rate, it will be decreased by 20% because I'm using this. And I'm using this skill especially on my Fire March just to have more crit hits. I'm just using this skill because I want to, when I click stats after a match, I want to see blue color here, blue color here, blue color here. I want to see blue color everywhere. I want to see blue color here, 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 and everywhere. When I press on a skill or normal attack, I want to see blue colors everywhere. And I'm working on that because my Saiyan Duke will work or benefit from critical hits because her ultimate skill, this is how it works, the burst damage. And for Empress Wu, I'm using Chase because Chase is going to work on the critical with every magical critical, and this is going to be my power from the dragon. Also, I'm increasing the critical damage of 3 enemy allied units, from 3 random allied units, not enemy. And I'm using Trajan because he buffs the crit rate and critical damage for my allies. I'm depending on the critical. That's why I want to see more blue stats here over the normal attacks and skills, because critical hits means that your skill or normal attack, physical or magical damage, is going to have more damage impact on the enemy team. As I told you, normal hit is a normal hit, but critical hit is like more doubled damage. Like if you see from the attempts here, something I want to discuss first. This is average damage per 1 hit. Like for normal attacks, it has 3 attempts. One of them has an average damage like 60,000 damage. So this is like 60,000 damage multiplied by 3 attempts. This is like the total damage, and this is for normal attacks. But for critical attacks, here, one hit is equal to 160,000 damage. So the one attempt with critical is triple the damage from the normal attacks, and also from magical damage like spell disintegrator. Here we have one attempt of critical is almost 3 multiplied normal attacks. So having one critical hit is equal to having 3 normal attacks or 3 magical damage. Normal attack on skills like spell disintegrator is here. When you click on a spell disintegrator, this normal attack is countered as magical. The normal magical damage coming from spell disintegrator itself, not the normal attack from Remember Swoop. Because I'm choosing the skill here, you can also click on this icon and check the skill. You can read that after the battle starts, every 3 seconds, there is a 50% chance that 3 random enemy teams will take spell damage. This is the spell damage 125. The 125 magical damage is going to be calculated from Empress Wu's magical damage. So this normal attack you see when choosing a skill is the magical damage from this skill if it is magic. Or when you click like Death Breath here, let's talk about another skill, not Death Breath. Flaming Smite, this is the skill from, I can click on this, I believe. Not Flaming Smite, at least. Imperial Fire. When clicking on this, inflict magical damage. So the normal here is going to be counted as the 600 damage. But the critical hit is counted as the 600 magical damage, but it is critical. So it has more critical damage, or it has more damage than the normal 600. As multiplying this 600 by 3. So that's about the critical and how can you increase your critical by using like Dragon Talent. Fire Immortals increases the critical damage and the critical hit, like Trajan, William for example, and some skills like Weakness. And of course we talked about the artifact. You can have some crit value in your artifact and the crit rate in your artifact. So it is better to have critical value and the crit rate in your ranged immortal if you are using Sign Duke for example. So this is a bad artifact for me, but I didn't have a good artifact, so I didn't use a good artifact on Sign Duke. So I didn't increase crit rate or crit hit on Sign Duke, and this is a bad idea. Don't use the same artifact as me here. Make sure if you are using an immortal and you want to make more critical damage, use critical value, crit rate on your artifacts as well, not just depending on the skills and Dragon Talent. One other thing I want to talk about, when we click on the portraits, you can see that on portrait level 10, I have crit rate 5% on Empress Wu. If your main march is fire, make sure that you are increasing this portrait level, because when increasing this portrait level, you are going to have also increasing the chances for crit rate. And for attack immortals, let me for example choose Alex. Here you are going to have 5% accuracy. So accuracy means you are going to land normal attacks more, and also not only normal attacks for immortals, because for example I'm using a skill on my Hippolyta here, a skill called Fighting Will, and also another skill called Full Coverage. Let's see these two skills how they did in the battlefield. Here the skill have normal hits, like 5 normal hits. The single hit here will have an average damage 300,000 or 330,000 damage, and it has only one attempt with critical hit. It's double the damage from the normal hit, and 2 hits has been dodged. So 2 hits with 0 damage. This is from a skill, not just a normal attack. But every skill has normal hits, have critical hits, have dodge from the skills. So because my Hippolyta portrait is on level 0 right now, so it doesn't have much accuracy, and the accuracy value is only 120 from the artifact. So my accuracy, I can read the accuracy here. I have accuracy of 3000 accuracy. So if I want to hit 100% of all my hits, whether it's normal or just normal hits, or critical, if I want to hit everything, I have to have more accuracy than the opponent's dodge. Here, if we open this, he has more dodge value than me, or dodge points. As you see here, he has more dodge points than me. He has here on supports, of course, supports have less dodge than the front line. He has here less dodge, but when we see the dodge rate and dodge value from the artifacts, we will see that all the players grind for dodge rate and dodge value for sports to dodge, because they have low dodge points than the immortals. As I told you, every immortal has special attributes, and he has special weaknesses, and he has special strong points. But we're not going to talk about the attributes. We are just talking about how to read the reports. I'm going to make a special video for the attributes itself, but I'm just teaching you why I dodged when I have some accuracy, because here the accuracy have 3000 points, but his dodge is more than my accuracy. And if you switched the case for Alexander have like 5000 accuracy points, so he's not going to miss a hit on my Hippolyta, because of course Alexander is a single target, so he's going just to hit with normal attacks. He doesn't have a splash area skills. He has this with just single target. This is for increasing his physical attack. So Alexander is going to hit one immortal in front of him, so it's going to hit Hippolyta. You have to make sure to understand your immortals, because understanding your immortals and how they benefit on the battlefield will be so much better for you. And here, in putting Alexander in front of Hippolyta, this is make him going to hit all his normal attacks, because I don't have much dodge value or dodge rate. I don't have any dodge from my artifact as well. My board rate on attack immortal doesn't increase the dodge, and I didn't even develop it. So he's going to hit everything without even click on the stats. When I click on Alexander and read the attributes here and the attributes here, and I'm not using misleading. I'm not using misleading this skill, not this skill here that reduces the accuracy by 20%, because I'm not using this. I knew that Alexander didn't miss a thing without even looking. So you can just read the report from outside without even looking. And as I told you, there are some just normal attacks. It has normal hits and has critical hits. And also the skills can be dodged. The physical damage skills can be dodged. Let's just put this and put a line under this. Only physical damage skills can be missed or can be dodged. Only physical damage skills can be dodged. Only physical damage skills can be dodged. Total coverage is a skill that deals physical damage, and as you see, it has 2 dodge. And also we have here one skill. Let's not talk about Death Breath, because Death Breath is kinda have mixed damage. And as you see here, this Spell Disintegrator didn't dodge once. Why it didn't dodge once, even though my Empress Hook can dodge some of normal attacks? Because it doesn't have much accuracy, because magical damage doesn't work with accuracy and dodge values. Magical damage will be 100% be hit. Magical damage will be 100% be hit. As you see, Imperial Fire, this is Empress Hook's skill. Chase, this is a skill I'm using. Sorry, I'm lagging a bit. Maybe my phone is updating or something like that. And or the game might has. Oh, I believe the game has making a small update. That's why. Sorry for this interruption. And for the bookmark, let me open my report one more time. And as you see, Chase 100% hit. It doesn't have any dodge. Spell Disintegrator with 0 dodge. Here Poison Thorn, because Poison Thorn is another magical damage skill. It has 0% dodge. But if we see Sign Duke damage, the Might of Phoenix is her ultimate skill. Because her ultimate skill is physical damage. Physical damage will be work as accuracy and dodge. So it can be dodged. So Sign Duke ultimate skill can be dodged. So one more thing here to put in mind, that your physical damage immortals can have their damage be dodged, and your magical damage immortals have their ultimate skills will be 100% hit. The skills also will be 100% hit for magical damage, but your ranged physical damage immortals can be dodged depending on the dodge value and accuracy value. You can increase your dodge value using another skill called Caution. Let me open here a skill. I'm not going to talk about Caution in details, but by Caution you can increase your dodge rate, and by Misleading you can increase your or decrease your opponent's accuracy. By using Weakness you can decrease your opponent's resilience rate, and by Malice here you can reduces the crit rate of all of your opponents. These are the 4 most broken skills, and you have to use them upon can reading your reports. This is about the damage, and we didn't finish yet, sadly, because this is an ultimate how to read reports, an ultimate guide. Another thing to put in mind that we were just talking about the damage. You can see how or the damage taken. Let's choose, for example, Alexander, because we knew Alexander was in front of Hippolyta, so Hippolyta can hit him with normal attacks, and Hippolyta ultimate skill is random, so it might hit him or not. But Sign Duke normal attacks will hit him, and Sign Duke ultimate skill of course will hit him. So just for knowing this, I know when I click on Alex, a damage taken, I will see definitely Hippolyta normal attack. Like for example, Hippolyta, it has normal attack on him, and Sign Duke, it has normal attack and have also Might of Phoenix. When we click on Empress Wu, of course we can see some normal attacks and we can see not normal attacks, but here because he died before Hannibal, so it doesn't have normal attacks from Empress Wu. We can click here. These colors here are different than the damage. The damage here have normal attack, critical hit, dodge, but when we click on damage taken, the colors here are for the skills, normal attacks, and everything else. You can see Imperial Fire is green, so this is the amount of damage from greens. This is like a graph color, and this is the blue color from Poison. This is total damage, not average and critical hit. It calculated the average damage with the critical hits on the immortal from the damage taken and put it in one color and one skill. This is like when you click on Empress Wu. You can see the immortal. And Spell Disintegrator hit 7 times. This is the amount of damage in yellow color. So the yellow color will take this kind of damage because the green color has more double area than the yellow color. And for the purple, it comes from the chase. And when you click on Ignitus, Ignitus has 2 damage. This is my Fire Dragon. It has a true damage or first damage and a continuous damage. A continuous damage like had total of 1 million, and the first damage was 1,200,000 damage. When we click in Sign Duke, we can see normal attacks hit with 1,400,000 damage. I'm starting to lose my voice because I talked a lot. Sorry. I'm going to make this fast. And as you see, this is the damage from Sign Duke and Hippolyta. When you click on damage taken, you see a total damage from the immortals it hit you. So Trajan didn't hit my his Alexander. My Trajan didn't hit his Alexander. When we click on Hannibal, of course we can see damage taken, we can see Trajan, and we can see Hippolyta. Fighting Will tried to hit him because Fighting Will hit every immortal on the field, but Hippolyta didn't fought Hannibal with normal attacks. And also here we can see Cyan Duke skills, some normal attacks. Also we can see Empress who now normal attacks here with the yellow color and this white color, because Poison Thorn has two effects, direct effect and an effect with time. So this is for the damage taken. We will go for the healing. You can see in the healing section, you can see all the shields, like shields coming from Bjorn, shields coming from Charles, shields coming from skills like Energy Shield, and shields also coming from Tokugawa. So you can see shields. If we are seeing Tokugawa, can we see Tokugawa here, or we don't have Tokugawa? And also we can see the healings. We don't have Tokugawa or Energy Shield on these guys. So we can see just the healing, also the healing from the dragon, the for example the water dragon, but the water dragon here we can see healing, but it doesn't have the total amount of healing. Might because Jinkies used his ultimate skill. But we can see on Roy, because Roy has healing from skills. When we click on healing, we can see that this is the ultimate skill for Zenobia. We can click on Zenobia and check how much healing she provided. You can see the healing from skills like Shelter. You can see Berserk healing, and you can see the normal attack from like Empress's Favor. You can see on the other immortals, for example, I use also Vitality Touch. You can see the healing from Vitality Touch or Purification in this section. The last section I want to talk about is the control. When we click on the Hippolyta, I know my Hippolyta's ultimate skill, Flaming Smite, doesn't have a control effect like stun, silence, everything like that, that makes the enemy have like taunt. But I'm using Fighting Well. If you wrote Fighting Well, every 20% drop in the number of soldiers will deal physical damage, the damage rate to all enemies, and has a 45% chance of rooting them. Of course, I'm not going to have effect on Alexander or Hannibal because he's using Fighting Master on Hannibal, and his Alexander with exclusive artifact, he will not get taunt, root, or stun. But when we click on control, we have two attempts because it might have worked on Zenobia and the Ken Emperor. You can see the duration of the total crowd control, and the attempt here has been attempted twice. So it is root with green color because it has been only one skill from a Hippolyta. Because someone here was using Richard, of course, Richard use also stun rate here has 40%. And an extra 20% from his exclusive artifact. So I am so sure that he used at least stun once or twice or 3 times. So let's open stats. Let's click on Richard here and use control. Yes, he has 3 attempts, 12 seconds. That means 4 seconds for each attempt. Let's read Richard's skill. And yes, 4 seconds here. 40% chance of stunning them, so they cannot move or recover energy for 4 seconds, and the artifact also will give him more 20% chance for the stun rate. You can click on control from Attila as well, and Attila has silence 1 time from his ultimate skill, as you can see here, Wild Caution, and this is going to be from his ultimate skill. He has the silence rate 35% and it's 4 seconds. One attempt also can be for 4 seconds. This is for the control area. When you open like or choose an immortal like Hallard or Ken or Merlin, any other immortal that doesn't have a skill that has a control effect or doesn't has an ultimate skill that has a control effect, it will not show here. No ground control caused by these immortals. But there is a small tip I want to talk about is there are some troops technology that provides control. For example, cavalry can cause control. Make sure to see Hippolyta, and you can see that Hippolyta might has getting stunned. But just you see this. I hope, yeah, it got stunned here, but I couldn't stop the replay. I hope she got stunned one more time. You can like use the backward on watching this video, and you can see, yep, it got stunned right here before I press pause. And why did she got stunned? And how can we see this stun? We can see that when I click here and I choose Alex, because Alex was the person who was hitting here, he didn't provide any stun. Someone might say that she got stunned from the Earth Dragon. Yeah, the Earth Dragon might cause stun, but when Earth Dragon causes stun, it causes stun for 3 random enemy units. Like I saw the stun on Cyan Duke with Empress Wu with Rajan at the same time, but I didn't see on Hippolyta. I saw on Hippolyta separately, because we have here in the troop stick, just for the troop stick, and the troop stick doesn't appear in the reports. This a massive technology. The cavalry builds up strength on this war horse and then thrusts out this lance, and the powerful impact and the probability to stun the enemy for 3 seconds. This is a troops technology, so it will not appear in the reports, because the reports will show the immortals technology only. So this can stun the enemies, like the cavalry from, not from arena, the cavalry from or with Alexander here can stun Hippolyta, but it will not show on the immortal report. And the bonuses comparison, you can check the bonuses comparison also. This is a best thing to see and to put in mind, and this is the last thing I'm going to talk about, is the bonuses comparison. You have to put in mind that your technology or academy technology might be lower from your bonuses to the enemy's bonuses. And also if you are using shieldmen, spearmen or cavalry, you have to put in mind that you are equal for the alliance technology. If he is using for example a castle decoration, it will type here castle decoration 2%, not 10, 2% and above, or 1% above, depends on the technology. Also the VIB bonuses, you have to make sure that you are seeing the VIB bonuses, because 10% shieldman immortal physical attack is something important. Of course, this is not my technology right now, because this is a rally, so I want to see a solo attack here, just a solo attack, and open a bonuses comparison. I'm not using spearman, that's why I'm not focusing spearman technology. And this is for the territory. My territory was having 1.5 HP less than them, but the castle decoration might have the differences here. For the shieldman immortal attack, I have more from alliance. And let's check the VIB stats. We are both on the same VIB stats, because he is VIB 15 and he is using a lord talent. So some lord talents here can provide some stats like crit value or dodge value. This is things to put in mind. You might seeing the skills and wondering why we don't deal much critical damage as me here, why I'm not dealing much critical damage even though he is not using malice and I'm using weakness. It's because he is for sure using resilience from the lore talent, and it might be corrupted. This is from VIB bonuses, but this is not my... It will show here the bonuses for all of the top or the one who started the rally and the one who defending the rally. If you want to see an accurate bonuses, you have to solo attack. So the resilience value from the lore talent is a must if you are facing fire marshes and shadow marshes, etc. I'm not also going to talk about these lore talents. I'm going to talk about it in a separated video. This is a long video on how to read reports. Another thing here is troops count. Your troops should be an equal or more than the enemy troops, because if you have less troops, that means you are going to deal less damage than him. The power is not much a concern, because the skill counts, the lore talent counts, the bonuses counts, the artifacts counts, and the boosts counts. The boosts are items you can use to increase your damage or increase your or reduces the damage received for several times, increasing the critical rate of all of your troops by 5%, increasing the dodge rate for all of your troops by 5%. You can see your items here to boost for some several times. And I believe that's everything. I talked about boosts, I talked about the bonuses comparison, I talked about the troops number, how to read the damage taken, the healing effect, the total damage and separated damage, normal hits, critical hits, dodged, and average. And you can see on the other side the damage taken, how to talk about everything, especially control from dragon, from skills, from even ultimate skills from immortals. And that's all for this video, guys. I'm so sorry for making this video that long, but it was necessary to talk about every small details. I even didn't mention all the technology or important skills or lore talents. These are going to be separated video, but this video especially is going to talk about how to read reports probably. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you soon.